Tonight on CTV News at 5.
You got to make most of every day. If it's good snow for building snowmen, we'll do that. If it's for sliding, we'll do that.
Snow much fun. Maritimers embrace winter's latest wallop.
Just got drawing one day and I created this cat called, and we named it Hallie Cat.
Greetings from Hallie Cat. You'll love these made in the Maritimes Valentines.
It can happen to anyone, and this is just a great example of that.
What we dreamed of then, a locally made movie shines a light on invisible homelessness.
Partly cloudy tonight, flurries with a risk of snow squalls in eastern parts of the region.
Live from the Maritimes News Center, this is CTV News at 5.
Good evening and welcome to CTV News at 5. I'm Maria Penopalis. Thank you for joining us. First at 5 tonight, Winter Wonderland. It's cold, it's heavy, it's backbreaking to shovel, and it makes driving really stressful. Shall I go on? Okay, but not everyone is disappointed we got another dumping of the white stuff. As CTV's Stephanie Seco shows us, if you can't beat it, embrace it. Hi there, Steph.
Hi, Maria. Well, it's no surprise there were plenty of children outside enjoying this snow day, but there were also a lot of adults who got to be kids again. The day may have started out a little rough, but it ended up being a perfect snow day. The place to be in Halifax was Citadel Hill.
Just taking out for sleds, it's a very good sled day. Sledding, building snowmen, and igloos. So, everything.
As fast as tobogganers made it down the hill, they were running back up for more.
I like that if you go like long distance, you get to have a lot of fun, and you don't know where like your sled's gonna lead you.
I was sledding with my brother, and then I was going backwards.
Outside of Halifax, the snow continued today, but it made for great conditions at Ski Wentworth.
It is an absolute winter wonderland here. We got 20 centimeters of snow overnight. The mountain is in absolutely amazing shape. The skiing is incredible. People are happy. It's great here.
With snowfall after snowfall this winter, it has been a stellar season on the slopes.
We got open early. We had nice cold temperatures, so we were able to make lots of snow. We were open for Christmas. There was a little bit of a downtime in January, but since then, the last 3 weeks have just been consistent cold weather, snow every few days. It's really just been an awesome season.
Back in Halifax, while it may have been a little quiet at Point Pleasant Park, it was still a nice afternoon for building snowmen. And it was an especially fun day for these tired dogs. But the person who may have had the most fun today, this dad.
Oh, it's great. It's as we get older, sometimes we forget the little things and having fun and being there with them and helping them get up and down the hills and all the cheers. It's tiring, but it's worth it.
If you can't get enough of this winter weather, Ski Wentworth says conditions look great as we head into the long weekend. Perfect for getting outside and making the most of the season. Maria.
Oh, excellent. Thank you, Stephanie. That was actually a lot of fun to watch, and I think all those kids and the dad are going to sleep really well tonight. And those skiers, too. CTV's Stephanie Seacos for us in Halifax this evening. All right, let's head over to the anchor desk now where Todd Battis is standing by. Hi, Todd.
And Maria, this was fun to watch, too. It just happened a couple of minutes ago. Some great news from the Olympics. Courtney Sarow from Moncton just won a bronze medal in the last couple of minutes in the 500-meter short track speed skating event. Now, that is her second medal in the last couple of days at the Winter Games in Milano Cortina. She was part of the team that took silver in short track as well. So congratulations, a double winner to a Maritimer. In other news, passengers aboard a Porter Airlines flight from Toronto had a cold welcome when they landed in Halifax last night. The plane slid on the runway, forcing the 59 passengers and 5 crew members on board to get off the plane in rather snowy conditions. Buses took the passengers to the terminal. It did have an impact on operations at the airport. We will get the latest at 6. Horizon Health's CEO did not hold back when speaking to reporters today, revealing overcrowding is so bad in New Brunswick's regional hospitals, surgeries could soon be affected. CTV's Laura Brown was at the hearing. She will have the details tonight. It's not just vacationers who are feeling the impact of Cuba's travel advisory. A non-profit organization in Halifax that collects suitcases filled with essential supplies, obviously, can't get to Cuba to deliver them. So the items are stacking up in a storage unit. Organizers are concerned people living in the country may not get what they need. We will have that story at 6 o'clock. The story in the Weather Center right now is rather mild temperatures after a lot of snow for most people.
I was thinking about that as we were watching Stephanie's story and seeing all those people out there kind of enjoying the snow day as it ended up being for many people, at least in the province of Nova Scotia, is that temperatures really not too bad at all. Sometimes we can have a really bitter cold that moves in behind these type of snow events. Didn't happen with this one. Temperatures right now for the early evening are mostly sitting in the range of around 0 to -2 for the province of Nova Scotia, where it was a fairly widespread 10 to 20 centimeters of snow with some pockets close to the 30 centimeter mark, including up around parts of the north shore of the mainland. New Glasgow, around the Antigonish area, reports very close to 30 centimeters for both of those communities. Prince Edward Island picked up several centimeters of snow. Looks like it may have held just out of that band of very heavy snow, though, that blanketed the eastern half of Nova Scotia. Temperatures there right now, -1 at Summerside, -2 at Charlottetown. And in New Brunswick right now, we have temperatures between -4 and 0. Winds today, they were on the blustery side, so wind chill was a factor, still is if you're headed out there this evening. The winds are being sustained in a lot of cases between 20 and 30 kilometers per hour. We are, of course, getting stronger gusts reported, some of those in the range of 30 to 50 kilometers per hour, including 50 right now being reported at the Charlottetown Airport as well as Port Hawkesbury. Now, speaking of Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island, eastern parts of the Maritimes, there is still some ongoing light snow and flurries, but accompanied by a risk of some localized snow squalls. Now, the risk of snow squalls is going to be highest as we make our way through this evening and tonight up in the Cape Breton Highlands. And this additional snow is coming in off the Gulf of St. Lawrence as we're in that colder northwest wind that is wrapping back and around the center of that Alberta Clipper, which is now over top of Newfoundland. So we do have some snowfall warnings out for parts of PEI in the east of Nova Scotia. Additional 2 to 5 centimeters expected, except much more up in the Cape Breton Highlands. We'll talk more about it when I'm back a little bit later on. Maria.
Thank you very much, Kaylin. We'll see you in just a little bit. Right now, though, time for our first break here on CTV News at 5. Still to come, find out how to win tickets and accommodations to see the Halifax Thunderbirds take on the Las Vegas Desert Dogs next month. And here's a preview of our next story.
I'm Avery McRae out front of St. John's Imperial Theatre, where tonight the largest film produced in New Brunswick over the past decade makes its premiere on the big screen. What We Dreamed of Then was filmed here in St. John, and we'll give you a peek, so keep it here on CTV News at 5.
The 2026 Bell AUS Basketball Championships are coming up.
We'll see you on the court February 20th to 22nd here at Scotiabank Centre.
Join us for an action-packed weekend filled with games and fun.
For details, visit aushoops.ca.
CTV wants you to team up with the Halifax Thunderbirds. You and 3 friends could cheer on Halifax's National Lacrosse League team as they face off against the Las Vegas Desert Dogs on March 7th. We are giving away 4 tickets to the game, a night stay at the Halifax Marriott Harbourfront Hotel, and more. To enter, go to ctvatlantic.ca or click on the QR code on your screen right now. We'll announce the winner on Friday, February 20th. Our next story now. A Made in the Maritimes movie makes its theatrical debut tonight. As CTV's Avery McRae shows us, the production was filmed in St. John and highlights the impacts of invisible homelessness.
Don't mess with the best! At a glance, What We Dreamed of Then is a story of a passionate swim coach and father, but the people around him know little of the struggles he faces.
We're not that far away from being in situations like this. It just takes a few missteps, a few events in your life.
Halifax's Taylor Olson wrote, directed, and stars in what is the largest English-speaking film production in New Brunswick in over a decade. Olson's character Gideon struggles with the challenges of being invisibly homeless while trying to maintain a relationship with his daughter, all set in the backdrop of the COVID-19 pandemic.
I just hope that people walk away having, again, more empathy, but realizing that, like, these people are just like us, like they're people who are kind and are gracious and are hardworking and just trying to survive.
The film demonstrates that just because someone is homeless, it doesn't mean they have done any wrong to lead them to the streets. Producers hope that message comes across, but in New Brunswick, there is another takeaway for audiences.
We're really excited to show people that a film of this quality and scale can be made right here in our province, and we couldn't be prouder.
The movie was filmed in and around St. John over the course of a few weeks in 2024. It's one of many new provincial productions in recent years. Officials hope it's only the beginning.
If we can make film and television a viable industry here in New Brunswick, it could mean thousands of full-time unionized jobs for people.
The movie will have a theatrical tour across New Brunswick next week and end in Halifax next Friday. But it begins tonight at the Imperial Theatre with the premiere, just steps away from where some of the scenes were shot.
I'm proud of the local cast and crew, both from Halifax and from New Brunswick, and I think just the community really welcomed us and gave us great access to amazing locations here.
Tonight's screening rolls at 7 p.m. Avery McRae, CTV News, St. John.
Which means if you're in the St. John area, you actually have time to catch it because there are a few tickets left. They've sold a lot, but there is room. So if you want to get to the Imperial tonight for 7 o'clock, you can see opening night for yourself. I watched the trailer. It actually made me quite weepy. A lovely, lovely story, and one that I think is certainly worth telling to a lot of Maritimers.
Yeah, and an activity to do if you wanted to get out of the snow, which is around many parts of the region for today. It's a lot of shoveling, a lot of snow blowing work going on. The afternoon, though, it's pretty nice at times for parts of the region when the sun broke through, and if you could find a little bit of shelter out of the wind. Looking out here at the wharf and Eastern Passage, all more in the forecast next.
Welcome back. Kaylin Mitchell joins us once again. Kaylin, it's not February 2nd, but it sure feels like Groundhog Day, hey?
With the back into the snow situation, that is. Yeah. Yeah, backs, arms, shoulders, they've been getting a workout so far this winter. I mean, we got to still, I know I've mentioned this a couple times, got to look for the silver lining in this snow. We are, we should be getting some snow during the winter time, right?
I'll give you that.
It's good for things. Building up a snowpack before we head in towards the spring season. Taking a look at our sunrise and sunset times here as we're looking out at a very nice scene at the St. John River, Fredericton, New Brunswick. Let's take a look at our weather systems map. Barometric pressure is still tilted a little bit towards the lower side, but we are past the center of that Alberta Clipper, which continues to strengthen and develop and make its way into parts of Newfoundland. And behind it, we're in a gusty northwest wind. As that northwest wind is coming in over the Gulf of St. Lawrence, it is bringing in some areas of some flurries with a risk of some snow squalls. Flurries are showing up here on radar. You can see an area of light snow and flurries. It's been pretty persistent throughout the day in the area between Miramichi and down towards Moncton and the southeast. There's also still some light snow being reported across areas of Prince Edward Island, and you can see it coming into areas of Cumberland and Colchester counties. Might add up a little bit more in some of the higher terrain, including up towards the Mount Tom area. And then continuing around the North Shore and across the Canso Causeway into Cape Breton, especially up into Inverness and Victoria counties, where that snow would sort of intensify as you start climbing up a little bit higher in the terrain. And that's why the snowfall warnings that are still in effect are calling for much higher amounts up in the Cape Breton Highlands. So that type of weather is going to continue on as we make our way through this evening. Should begin to diminish a little bit, though, by the time we get to around and past midnight, especially for Prince Edward Island and around the north shore of mainland Nova Scotia. Up in the Cape Breton Highlands, some snow could still be ongoing there into early Friday morning. Friday's weather around the Maritimes with a little ridge of high pressure building in. Looks like it's going to be very sunny for New Brunswick, most of Nova Scotia, and Prince Edward Island. In Cape Breton for tomorrow, more of a mix of sun and cloud, and I'd still hold on to a 40% chance of flurries throughout the day in Inverness and Victoria counties because of that northwest wind still coming in off the Gulf of St. Lawrence. So taking a look at additional snowfall amounts expected as we move through the rest of this evening, tonight, and into Friday morning. You can see some additional amounts around 1 to 5 centimeters for parts of PEI, around the north shore of Nova Scotia, lower elevations in Inverness County, and then more moving up into the Cape Breton Highlands. Remember, that part of the Maritimes still underneath some snowfall warnings. Taking a look at our wind forecast for tomorrow, for tonight and for tomorrow. Tonight, the winds remain mostly out of the northwest, and tomorrow's winds out of the northwest as well. The gusts slightly lower than they were today. but it's still going to be a noticeable breeze across the Maritime region, and temperatures will be seasonably chilly, so wind chill a bit of a factor, especially first thing in the morning. Low temperatures in the forecast for tonight in the province of New Brunswick will be falling into a range around -8 to -12 for most communities, and around -9 tonight for Charlottetown and many in Prince Edward Island. And for Nova Scotia tonight, a lot of the low temperatures between -4 and -8. Here's a look at the high temperatures in the forecast for Friday. And in New Brunswick, those high temperatures will be in the range of around 0 to -6, around -3 for Charlottetown and Prince Edward Island for tomorrow, and high temperatures for Nova Scotia and many communities in the province between 0 and -4. Start of the weekend on Saturday, a mix of sun and cloud around the Maritimes, and then late in the day, late Saturday afternoon, certainly Saturday evening and night, some light snow and flurries expected to move back into New Brunswick. The light snow and flurries reaching parts of Prince Edward Island and Nova Scotia on Sunday. The high temperatures on Saturday, pretty mild for Nova Scotia, 0 to 4 degrees, around -3 for Charlottetown and Prince Edward Island, and between around 0 and -3 for most of New Brunswick. All right, let's take a look at our Weather Watcher for tonight. Tonight's Weather Watcher is 4-year-old Ivy Young, and Ivy has sent us a drawing of walking her dog Bronson to go see the apple trees. Thank you. And Weather Watchers can come into CTV Weather Watchers, P.O. Box 1653, Halifax, Nova Scotia, B3J2Z4, or email kaylin.mitchell@bellmedia.ca. Maria.
Thank you, Kaylin. So it can be a struggle to keep up with your day-to-day bills, and that may be why many Canadians don't bother having life insurance. But as CTV's Pat Foran reports, it's something you may want to consider as part of your financial picture.
I'll just try this way.
Pamela and Luigi Lacorda Vaughn are getting ready for a birthday party for their twins who are turning 1 year old. Even before they started a family, they decided to get life insurance as part of their financial plan.
Now that we have 2 kids, it makes me feel so much more relieved. It's part of our budget now. We don't even think twice about it.
A life insurance survey by Policy Me found 42% of Canadians don't have life insurance or are unsure if they do, and 65% said they are unlikely to get life insurance in the next 5 years. The Lacourts say for them, it was an important part of their fiscal strategy.
It's not much given the psychological benefit knowing that if you pass, your kids are set up, your mortgage can be paid off, and they won't have any burden.
When it comes to life insurance, people don't think about their death.
Policy Me specializes in term policies and says life insurance is not as expensive as many people think. A 20-year term policy for $250,000 for a 35-year-old man who is healthy and a non-smoker is about $19 a month. For a 35-year-old woman, the same coverage is about $15 a month. Once locked in, rates won't go up, and you can cancel at any time.
The point of life insurance is really to make sure that if that future income were to, not be around because because you pass away, that there is still money there to support the people who are relying on you.
Life insurance is a critical part of asset protection.
Financial expert Evelyn Jack says families should have a will along with life insurance, and says when policies are cashed in, they're tax-free.
It's a transaction you should do for yourself and your family to give you some peace of mind.
Finding extra money for another monthly expense can be difficult, but it may be worth it to know in the event of your death, your loved ones will be looked after. Pat Foran, CTV News.
Thank you, Pat. Time for a break, but first some music. She's been performing since she was barely a teenager and has grown up alongside Nova Scotia's music scene. Jody Upshaw is known for honest songwriting and a sound that continues to evolve. Tonight's African Heritage Month Music Spotlight features Guilty, a track produced by Classified. Here's a preview as we head to break.
Mama told me I was messing with the wrong crowd.
With Aaron and Peter.
This is where you could be lounging when you win Password to Paradise to Beaches, Turks, and Caicos.
Listen for your password starting 6 a.m. weekdays, and this could be your view.
Tomorrow on CTV News at 5, charm your Valentine. Just in time for Valentine's Day. Find out if you are the winner of a $2,500 gift card to Charm Diamond Centers. A little charm goes a long way. That's tomorrow at 5 on CTV. And your Valentine might be yourself. So go ahead and charm yourself if you want. All right, on to our final story of the evening. Speaking of Valentine's Day, if you haven't picked up your Valentine's cards yet, how about a local option? CTV's Emma Convey takes us to Made in the Maritimes, where Hallie Cat will steal your heart.
I love you more than the cat. And we have Hallie Cat in the bottom corner saying, that's not true. Just a little makes you smile type thing.
Smiles are the exact reaction Mark Smith hopes for when customers pick up his new card collection.
We thought Halifax, cat. People love cats, so let's call it Hallie Cat.
In November, the team here at Made in the Maritimes had the idea to create their own card line. So co-owner Smith got to drawing and launched a Christmas collection first.
People were coming back to buy more cards because they had given a Christmas card and they said, oh, I gave this as a gift and now I want one for myself.
The interest sparked a range of cards for every occasion. He's made up to 15 types so far, featuring anything from birthday greetings to wedding wishes and now Valentine's Day.
People coming in looking for them. We even have a set of 27 little Valentine's cards that kids can give out in their classroom with a little game on each one, a little cute game like a maze or what balloon is Hallie Cat holding.
Smith never thought he would see his work for sale. Now his plan is to make more Hallie Cat features with local appeal.
Birthday cards, we'll get into graduations. Throughout the year you'll see new things. Might move into prints, maybe some posters, and maybe you might see a stuffy of Hallie Cat at some point in the future. You never know. You never know. You don't know where you'll find him in Halifax.
To keep tabs on Hallie Cat, you can follow along on his Facebook page, featuring his latest creations and what's to come. Emma Convey, CTV News, Halifax.
I think you're onto something. What a sweet little cat.
They are cute, and it does have a really catchy name. Like, I am not going to forget Hallie Cat anytime soon. If I spot it, I'm probably going to pick one up.
Yeah, absolutely. Made in the Maritimes. You can try the Bears Lake and also the downtown locations or online, as you just heard. Thank you for that story, Emma. All right, Kaylin.
Speaking of Made in the Maritimes, that was quite a bit of snow that was made for parts of the Maritimes. This went through yesterday into today. Coming up CTV News at 6, I'll have a selection of snowfall reports from around the Maritime region. And of course, we will look forward to see what the weekend is bringing us, as well as next week.
Thank you, Kaylin. We'll see you and Todd at 6. I'll see you tomorrow. The national news is next.